all over the world are dying at an alarming rate. It is the largest documented extinction crisis since the demise of dinosaurs. There's a complex web of factors affecting amphibian decline, including global climate change, habitat loss, invasive species that prey on or compete with amphibians, disease such as chytrid, and chemical contamination. In laboratories, scientists study chemicals individually, but in the real world, chemicals interact and cause unpredictable effects on amphibians. With knowledge that we've gained from scientific studies, let's see what can happen when we add contaminants to environments. Here is the home of the spring peeper. Pesticides that run off lawns, golf courses, and farms mix together and can kill tadpoles. Without tadpoles, there can be no nutrients such as phosphorus and nitrogen, which come from fertilizer, and cow run off of lawns and stockyards into byproducts. They can increase parasite populations, which can lead to litter-forming. A form like this cannot get predators or hunt for food. That comes out of water treatment plants is not as clean as you think. Did you know that medicines make their way through your body, water treatment plants, and into the environment? One common drug, estrogen, can male tadpoles and ants, which are therefore unable to reproduce. How long can a species last if it is not producing? Many amphibians lay their eggs in ephemeral ponds. An ephemeral pond is one that dries up through the spring. Metals, just copper and mercury, that combining industrial pollution retard tadpole development so much that when ephemeral ponds dry up, tadpoles aren't developed enough to leave. From what we know, it's a bad outcome for birds, with all of the pollutants mixed in the environment. How can we learn more about chemical contaminants? Humans use more chemicals now than at any other time in history. But we know very little about the long-term effects of chemicals in our environment. Fortunately, scientists like Dr. Rick Relier and his crew are trying to learn more. They study the health of amphibians and wetlands at Pymatuning Laboratory of Ecology in Pennsylvania.
Here at the Pymatuning Laboratory, we are trying to understand how chemicals impact amphibians and their environment.
This is a really big challenge. There are about 80,000 chemicals registered in the United States, and we know very little about their effects on amphibians. Dr. Relier's team has discovered that many common pesticides can be highly lethal to tadpoles, especially when tested under natural conditions. Even chemicals that don't directly kill tadpoles can indirectly kill by wiping out their food source.
Normally, scientists test one chemical at a time. The reality in nature is that chemicals exist in nature.
Think about it. Chemicals come from many sources, including farms, factories, and households. They all go downstream to make one complicated chemical soup. There are about 80,000 registered chemicals in the United States. How many possible combinations does that make?
In some of our work, we have found that chemical mixtures kill up to 99% of amphibians, very low concentration. Our society has become very dependent on chemicals because they produce an awful lot of benefits for us. The challenge is, though, is to understand what some of the unintended...
Reduce the amount that we put into our environment, and that we should keep chemicals out of our water sources. What can you do to help improve the environment that frogs and humans inhabit?